Thank you, May, and thank you all for joining us. Before starting the session, we would like to, as a practice of respect to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, will will repeat recite 3 times Namo Tassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yes, thanking you all for joining. Today we will be reading the Dhamma reading, like book reading from the book Path to Nibbana, written by David C. Johnson. As you all know, David C. Johnson is a longest student of Bhante Ramsey. He was associated with Bhante from the starting of, mostly from the starting of Dhamma Sukha Meditation Center in USA. Before starting, I would like to tell about David Johnson. David Johnson started his practice through Vipassana meditation, and he continued practice, and he got in touch with Bhante Ramsey, and then he started practicing loving kindness meditation. He got benefited from it, and he started he's now almost with the Dhammasukha meditation, helping many people for walking in the path of Dhamma. I will be sharing the book. I think screen is visible now. I will be going to chapter number on Jhanas. I have selected this chapter on Jhanas because all of the students who practice meditation will know in which jhana we are basically, and how we transit from one jhana to another jhana. Yes. As you know, like many of you have experienced the first jhana, entering the first jhana. And we will go through this jhana, and we will just summarize the meaning of it and how you experience it. When your attention stays with the feeling of loving kindness and your spiritual friend for about 3 to 5 minutes, then joy will arise. Congratulations, you have arrived at the first tranquil aware jhana. How does a jhana arise? First, a distraction arises, fueled by one or more hindrances, whatever it happens to be, greed, hatred, or restlessness. As you let it go, relax, come back to your object of meditation, and the hindrance begins to weaken. When the hindrance arises, it is not your enemy to fight with. Rather, it is a friend for you to invite in, allowing it to show you where your attachments are. Every time you 6R, the hindrance, it grows weaker. Why? Because you have released the craving which is embedded in the distraction arising. Finally, you do one last 6R process and the hindrance completely disappears. It just has no further energy. From this release and resulting relief, the first jhana arises and mind enters into a pure state. When the hindrance runs out of the energy, you have a real sense of relief. You feel joy arising, which is an exciting, happy feeling. You feel light in the both your mind and body. Quite nice. Hindrances are constantly tightening down on your awareness and pulling our mood down. They will lead to a lot of frowning and stress. Now you see the beginning of real happiness arising. It is like you have been in a coarse, painful state your whole life, and someone just switches it off. You feel joy, pity in the head, in the chest, and throughout the body. It may feel full or warm or light. It may be like bubbles popping. It may be subtle or, for some, it may be felt or more extreme joy. There might be some mental and visual activities or even fireworks going on behind your closed eyes. Here in first jhana, as like many of them are old students, I would like to explain that whenever an hindrance arises, we apply 6 hours. Our 6 hours are recognize that hindrances arises, and release the hindrance by not involving into that, and then relax the tightness present in the mind and body, then re-smile, then return to your object of meditation, then repeat the process. During this process of applying 6 hours, what exactly happens is you are releasing the hindrances. You are weakening the attachment of craving, like weakening the hindrances. And as you go on practicing the 6 hours, the hindrance gets weakened and you will be in a pure state of mind. This initial state of mind of pureness, and you will feel joy in it. This is called as first jhana. And basically, here in hindrances, what we need to think over about hindrances, we should we should not treat hindrances as our enemy, disturbing our meditation practice. But actually, it is telling us where is our attachment is. Let us say today I have practiced some meditation. Some thought and hindrance arises. It basically telling us where our attachment is. We can understand it and we can apply 6 hours. Whatever may be the hindrance, we need to apply 6 hours and get and come back to your object of meditation. This will this will settle down after a period of time, a few hours or a day. The mental state will be energized and joyful, and will definitely be a pleasant feeling. There will be no hindrances at this time. This is a big relief. Right after the joy fades away, mind will become very tranquil and comfortable. This is called happiness or sukha. Mind just stays on its object with almost no effort at all. You will have never experienced happiness and clarity like this before. I will insert some comments from past students taking a physical or online retreat with this practice. I was able to generate loving kindness and radiate the feeling to my spiritual friend. Within a few seconds, I felt an overwhelmingly wave of joy. It was like my spiritual friend was radiating metta back to me. I cried out of joy. Again, I returned to my meditation object, spiritual friend, but again I felt the wave of joy. This time I just felt tremendously grateful. What is joy? Excitement and a happy feeling are the nature of the joy at the beginning stage. A man in a desert who is dying of thirst spots in the distance an oasis and a pool of cool water. He becomes very excited and happy. This is the feeling of joy. The moment he sees it, joy arises. This is what happens in the first jhana. The joy in the first jhana is followed by a feeling of tranquility and relaxation. You are still in the first jhana, but it is changing. You will feel this. You will be smiling and radiant. The jhana will last for a while until another hindrance pops up. Sometimes the joy is not strong and meditators are not sure they have achieved anything, so they don't mention it. On a retreat, over the course of the daily interviews, the teacher will inquire about what is happening to you. They will ask you, is there any joy? The teacher will get a hint when you say you can stay on your meditation object for longer periods of time. Basically, here David wants to explain about what is the experience of the student who has felt first jhana by feeling of loving kindness when she was radiating loving kindness to their spirit, to her spiritual friend, and she could able to feel the sense of joy coming in the way that she's perceiving the spiritual friend is sending the loving kindness to her. This is a pure state of mind. When you enter the pure state of mind, the mind is very calm, pure, happy state. What is joy? The definition of joy is being explained here by David Johnson. Excitement and a happy feeling are the nature of the joy. Like here, the example given was like, let us say we are in a desert and we are very thirsty, and when we see a pool of cool water, definitely we will feel very happy, very excited, very happy feeling. This is a feeling of joy which one experiences when they first enters into first jhana. And definitely as a student, definitely these jhanas we should not expect any jhana to be in. But we can, like Bante Ulrans used to say that for advanced student you can have a determination before sitting. Like before sitting, yet you can just think about that I will try to sit in this jhana for this much period of time. If you start in this way, like not holding on to it, then you will have a determination level, like how much determination are you in the jhana. For example, let us say I sometimes practice, and sometimes we think that I would like to sit for 60 minutes in fourth jhana. You can see after 60 minutes what is the state of mind you are in, whether you can be able to sit in this fourth jhana. And after coming out of it, you just see how much, let us say, whether you have sat the meditation for 60 minutes or 58 minutes. In this way you can compare your determination levels in the meditation practice. And the teacher can know about it, how whether they have felt initial feeling of loving kindness or not, based on your uh, you are in with the in you are in the jhana for a period of time. Let us say someone says that I could able to sit for longer periods of time with the loving kindness, then definitely he has experienced this first jhana. Let's follow this my simile a bit longer, and you do a brief explanation of the next three jhanas so you can see how the practice develops. As you continue meditating, your joy from the first jhana will deepen. There will arise a feeling of strong confidence. This is a quieter, deeper joy where both mind and body become very light, almost like floating. Both mind and body become very tranquil, comfortable, and peaceful. This is the second jhana. When the man finally arrives at the pool of cool water and jumps in, the temperature of the water is just right. Both his mind and body kind of give a little edge. Both his mind and body kind of give a little gentle sign of relief. This is where he experiences happiness and contentment. This is the feeling of happiness, sukha, and a developing sense of mental balance that occurs in the third jhana. This happiness will fade away, just leaving a stability of mind that is the feeling of equanimity, upekkha, which is the fourth jhana. Here, Delson is explaining with the same simile for remaining jhanas. Like, sorry, David Johnson. For the remaining jhanas, David is trying to explain with the same simile of looking of cool water in the desert. And as you continue practicing this jhana, practicing the meditation with loving kindness meditation, automatically your mind state will be changing into next step of second jhana, where you will be having a feeling of strong confidence and you are quieter and you will feel your body and mind to be very light, almost like floating. And you will feel comfortable, peaceful. This is the science of second jhana. Like the example here, David Johnson was explaining was when you find the cool water in the desert and you jump in, and the temperature will be exactly right, what you feel. This makes us body and mind to be a sign of relief, where you experience happiness and contentment. You will be feeling of happiness and sense of mental balance. This is the third jhana, sign of third jhana. And in fourth jhana, basically happiness will fade away and you will be in a state of balance, which we call equanimity, feeling of equanimity. The suttas explains this jhana. The Anupada Sutta, one by one, as they occurred. Number 111 from the Majjhima Nikaya explains the entire process and all the characteristics of the jhanas up to the attainment of Nibbana. I will use this sutta to explain throughout the rest of the book of jhanas one by one and subsequent progress to awakening. The sutta MN 111 starts and the states in the first jhana, the thinking and examining thought, the joy, the happiness, and the unification of mind. You have let go of hindrance and joy arises. There are five different kinds of joy. First kind of joy is like a goosebump. It is there for just a moment and then it goes away. The next kind of joy is like a flash of lightning. It's very intense for a very short period and then that fades away. The third kind of joy is as if you are standing in the ocean and you have these waves of joy washing over you. It just wave after wave. These three kinds of joy can happen to anyone for any reason when the conditions are right. The last two types of joy only arises from mental development. The fourth kind of joy is called uplifting joy. You feel very light in your mind and light in your body. You feel very happy. There is excitement in it. This is the joy of the first and second jhanas. And here I would like to explain that all the jhana states have been explained in Majjhima Nikaya 111. Whenever you feel free, like you can go through of the Majjhima Nikaya 111, where all the jhanas from the initial beginning of first jhana till the attainment of final Nibbana, the states have been explained. And here, different kind, like David is explaining in this book, there are different kinds of joy one experiences. Like first kind of joy being like you will feel like goosebumps for just a moment and then it goes away. For second is like joy of flash of lightning, and it is also for a very short period of time. And third one is like a joy is like when you are standing at the ocean, the waves of joy will be washing away. The explain is a very in good way, like David is explaining here. And these three kinds of joy can happen to anyone for any reason when the conditions are right, like based on the state of mind, based on the practice one can experience this. And fourth kind of joy being the uplifting joy, which comes only through the mental development. Like when you cultivate, when you start practicing, you will automatically get this kind of joy, and you will feel very light in your mind and body, and you feel very happy and excitement. This is the joy of the first and second jhanas. The fifth and last kind of joy is called all pervading joy. It just kind of comes out of everywhere. It bubbles out all over and pervades the whole world. This kind of joy is also called the awakening factor of joy. This is the joy you feel when you attain Nibbana. This is the state of final Nibbana, where one experiences joy all pervading. So the fourth type of joy arises, and right after that, when it fades away, you feel very tranquil and comfortable in your mind and in your body. This feeling is what the Buddha calls sukha, which is a Pali word for happiness. Your mind does not wander very much in your meditation, it doesn't get lost. There is still the thinking and examining mind. You still and internally verbalize thoughts about your experiences. You are still thinking, but now only wholesome states are there, though it is still a bit noisy as compared to the states that come later. You are not carried away by unwholesome thoughts. There is no craving now. Thoughts that occur are thinking and examining thoughts that have to do with what you are feeling right now in the present. You feel very peaceful and collected. In Pali, the word of state is ekagata. And if you look up the word in the Pali dictionary, ekaga means tranquility, peaceful, and stillness of mind. It doesn't mean one pointed or absorption, but rather collected and unified. The Sutta explains there are five factors in the first jhana: thinking and examining thought, joy, happiness, unification of mind. The Sutta goes on to explain what else is there: the contact, feeling, perception, volition, and mind. The five aggregates: body, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are also present in this jhana. This means that all the foundation of mindfulness are there and will be observed. These comprise who you are, and you can see all the aggregates there without the wheel of craving. You see with little dust in your eyes. Here, David is explaining about the terms of, like in Pali, there's a word called ekagata. Like in present day Sanskrit also, like ekagrata, like in Hindi we call ekagrata. Basically, if one uses this word, normal in general perception, they think about the single pointed absorption concentration. But actually, the word which is used here is tranquilizing. In our TWIM practice, basically, tranquilizing is a word which is used as ekagrata. Tranquilizing here means here we are relaxing in the process whenever we are getting an hindrances. And in our practice, we did whenever there is a tightness present in our mind. Basically, it is a craving. Craving starts with the tightness present in the mind, and whenever we recognize it, we relax the tightness present in the mind, and then we come back to smile, we smile, and then we return to the object of meditation. And there are these things which are present in the first jhana, and five even these five factors in the first jhana are thinking, examining the thought, joy, happiness, and unification of mind. These are the five factors of the jhana. And in this first jhana, there are five aggregates. All these five aggregates are present in the first jhana, like body, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are all present in the first jhana. And then the sutta says the enthusiasm, decision, energy, mindfulness, equanimity, and attention. These states were defined by him one by one as they occurred. Known to him, those states arose, known they were present, known they disappeared. What are we talking about? We are talking about impermanence. You begin to see impermanence while you are in the jhana. You see these things arise and pass away one by one as they occur. The factors listed in the sutta don't necessarily follow the order that they are given here. They come up whenever they are going to come up. These are the first initial insights of or understandings, vipassana in Pali, that arise for you. He understood thus. So indeed, these states not having been coming into being, having been, they vanish. An obstacle that sometimes come here is that some meditators will try to sixord the joy and happiness that arises, thinking that they might get attached to it. They think they should try to suppress it and not allow it to be there. You do not need to do this. You should let this happy feeling be there with full acceptance, but still go back to your spiritual friend and continue the meditation. This joy is a fruit of the practice and is wholesome. Just let it be. It's okay for you to have a joy. It's okay to be happy. It's kind of a new idea to let happiness be there and not push it away, and to even develop it and keep the happy state going, which is the last part of the right effort. If you have excessive thoughts and start thinking about what just happened, the joy arising, you can zigzag those thoughts and let them go. As you have started to take the joy personally and become attached to it, that is craving that keeps us on the wheel of samsara, the wheel of suffering. Again, you should never push this joy away. Just zigzag it. Just zigzag it. Allow it, but don't get involved in it. It's a wholesome state, and wholesome states are what we are striving for. Like David is explaining the jhanas, which explained in the first jhana. Basically, like as we discussed, we need to zigzag the hindrances, not the happy states. In our practice, one experiences the happy states of joy. Sometimes, like as David is explaining, sometimes the student feel that the happy states are the hindrances. This is the mistake which they perceive. we should not six are the happy states of mind. Just we need to allow the mind to be with, and everything is impermanent. Like what David is talking about here is everything is impermanent, and when conditions are right, one experiences this jhana, and we should not mistake in sixaring the happy states. The Buddha said it is a part of right effort to notice an unwholesome state and bring up a wholesome state. It didn't say to replace a wholesome state with an even more wholesome state. Wholesome is wholesome, just let it be. It is enough. Gradually, this happy feeling will subside, or possibly it may come up again and again over a few days. It will be there as long as it is there. There was a fellow who had tears rolling down his cheeks, and everyone thought he was upset. It was joy, and finally he was told just to get a towel and let the tears fall on that. No need to make it stop. It will stop on its own. After some time, you will lose this happy feeling and the hindrances will come back. You will certainly start to think, oh, if I could just get that experience again. This is craving and should be sixad. Often at this stage, if you fail to follow the teacher's instruction to siksar, you might go around trying to figure out how to get the state back, and you won't. Subsequently, you might crash and burn, and the next day you will be frustrated or not being able to bring back the experiences. Some meditators are smarter than others. They just go back to the meditation as they had experienced, practiced it before, and continue following the instruction. Some may take an extra day, and that's okay. Will we all have to learn wanting something only creates frustration in mind. We need to sixar that too. Very important thing for a practitioners, for our practice is like we should not get attached to the joy. Joys are happy states. Like one should not think that I should get the same experience of joy which I experienced previous sitting. This is creating an attachment. You are getting attached to the happy states, and naturally, the joy and the experiences which you felt at that time, you may experience based on the causes and condition, based on the state of mind. You need not feel that you should get same state of mind in the next practice. Just you should sit without an expectation. Like you maybe heard the phrase which normally uses expectation is construction under dukkha. Even little bit of expectation in your sitting will create an hindrance in your sitting. Therefore, we should not have any expectation while sitting in your practice. Next, meditation instruction. On a retreat, the teacher will now give you further instruction. For those of you using this book on your own, please pay attention to the next instruction. After you feel this joyful feeling arising, you can drop the verbalization of spiritual friend. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. Just feel the wish for their happiness without mentally verbalizing. There is no further need for the phrases, as they may cause tension and tightness in your head, and will certainly don't wish to create more tightness. Here, the instruction, like for initial beginners, like we advise you to sit for first 10 minutes by sending loving and kind thoughts for yourself. And for balanced period of sitting, you should send this loving kindness to spiritual friend. And whenever you get hindrances during this practice, you need to apply 6 hours. And you should sit in a comfortable position without moving. And you should have a wish of loving kindness initially for yourself. And then for balanced period of sitting, you need to send to loving kindness to spiritual friend. Like for the initial beginners, we advise to use the phrases like, you may think like we initially advise them to use the phrases such as, may you be happy, may you be peaceful. These phrases for initial trigger of this loving kindness feeling. What we advise in the next step of the attainment of first jhana is to drop the verbalization. Just you need to have a just intention of sharing this loving kindness of to yourself and to your spiritual friend. This is a sign of progress in your meditation. Your thoughts have quietened down and you are starting to experience the quieting presence of the second jhana. More about this jhana in the next chapter. The teacher will not tell you what jhana you are in until you have gotten to the fourth jhana. At that stage, you will have a firmly grip on the technique and how to zigzag distractions. You understand that these are just levels of understanding and tranquility that you are going through. As your meditation progresses, you start to develop some equanimity and won't care so much what state you are in. At that point, the teacher will tell you that you have become an advanced meditator and congratulate you on your progress. But there is more to do. Walking meditation and the jhanas. Walking is an important part of this meditation as it helps to sustain energy, overcome sloth and torpor, and maintain health generally when you're sitting for longer periods of time. However, one of the most important purposes of walking meditation is to enable you to practice integrating twin meditation into your daily life. The purpose of meditation is to bring change to all parts of your life all the time, not just while you're sitting. Walking meditation will help you to accomplish this. While you are sitting, you were staying with your spiritual friend and zigzagging distraction. Now, the only difference is that you are walking, just strolling normally, and keeping your mind on radiating kind thoughts to your spiritual friend. In the same way, when you are sitting, see a guide to Twim for an in depth discussion of how to do walking meditation. One of the mistakes many people make when they are talking about jhanas is to think that a jhana only arises when you are doing your sitting meditation. However, you can take any of the jhanas and stay with it while you get up and do your walking meditation. You can also be in the state when you are washing the dishes. You could even be taking a bath or standing in a checkout line at the store. Staying with your object of meditation while you are walking and during all your activities will help you to progress further. Unlike being in absorption jhana, any one of the tranquil aware jhanas can arise during your daily activities. This is one of the reasons that you keep your meditation going all the time. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it's all part of the practice. Everything you do is practice. You should train in this way, then you will make progress. Be aware of what your mind is doing all the time. Remember to stay with the meditation practice as much as possible. That's the first part of mindfulness. Remembering to practice. Remembering what? Observing mind's attention moving from one thing to another. Very good things David has explained in this book, like the importance of walking meditation and what happens when you go on with the jhana. Like normally in teacher will tell you that you have entered the fourth jhana or equanimity. When you feel a state of mind of balance, then the teacher says that you have entered into it. You have an advanced student now. You have entered into the fourth jhana. And regarding walking meditation plays a key role in our practice. In our practice, like when you practice or tranquil wisdom inside meditation, what exactly happens is there will be a paradigm shift in your way of thinking, way of perceiving things. Initial, you may like if you are an old student, you may have experienced it. Your perception will be changing, and you will not get much. You are comfortable in any conditions. You will feel you can be in a state. You can try. You can like in walking meditation. Basically, what happens is because of practicing this walking meditation, you're combining your practice for making swim as a part of your life. And the intention of walking meditation is like instruction of the walking meditation is you should choose a path like at least 30 feet, preferably straight, and your head to be bowed to 5 feet, and you will walk normal at your normal pace, not too slow, not too fast, at normal pace. You will be sending loving kindness to spiritual friend. And whenever you get distracted, you apply the 6 hours. And when you start practicing this walking meditation, basically we are training our mind to be in the jhana, even in the walking. And you can make this continuity of practice in your all your day-to-day activities, like when you are washing dishes, you're walking in a long queue, I, or you whenever you are free, you can just whenever you are finding free time, you can just be in the jhana. And every time, like recently, I have seen one Dhammagavesi, Bante Dhammagavesi sharing one quote. Like whenever you feel serious, just smile and laugh. This is a practice where we can make life is not serious. We should make this practice as a fun. And walking meditation plays a key role for initial beginners for making this practice all the time. Like let us say now you are listening, you can listen with an happy state of mind. And whenever you are eating, when you're talking, you can keep a smile on your face. When you're walking in a street, you can just keep a smile on your face, and you can see others smiling you too. In this way you can keep your practice all the time. And every time you do the practice, like every time you zigzag any hindrances, you are making one step ahead than the before. And we are training mind to be mindful. Your mindfulness is remembering to observe how mind's attention is moving from one thing to another. Bante Ramsey used to say this definition about mindfulness. Mindfulness is basically remembering to observe how mind's attention is moving from one thing to another thing, not why. How this mind's attention is moving from one thing to another. This is all about first jhana. I think we will have some discussion. Like anyone have any questions? Today we will end at the first jhana. May can you share something about first jhana which you have experienced?
actually my how do I put this? My practice is actually not so. So when I practice, I don't tend to fix to like, oh, am I in this jhana? Am I in that jhana? Am I in that jhana? Because for me, I find the practical use of TWIM in daily life more important and more useful and more life changing for me. So I use now I'm back to using forgiveness meditation as my main object of meditation, primarily because I have some motivation to heal myself through past trauma or whatever it is. Of course, not everybody wants to have this intention. This is my personal motivation.
Truly, truly. And
Um,
as you say, like it is very important thing which you said. Like we should not think that we should be in this jhana or that jhana. Let the mind be in any state of jhana, which might be. Is very important thing for a students.
Yeah, so probably because I lack that habit so much that I can't really tell and identify very
No
well
worries. No worries.
whether I'm in jhana or not. So I probably won't qualify as a very
No
good twin
worries.
guide in
Actually,
this fact.
what
Mm.
we when we need not think about which jhana we are, but we should see that our minds are in a happy states, balanced and light, feeling happiness. Every time, like you can just observe how where is our mind, whether it is serious or whether it is in a state of happiness. We should make our mind to be comfortable and feel happy. This should be our intention and not to be in a jhanas. It's good thing, May.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding us that, Brother Sachin. Yeah, I totally agree that fun part, not taking anything too seriously is so important.
Truly.
Because we go faster. Whether it's in the meditation or whether it's in personal development, the moment we hang on to, oh, this hindrance is so difficult to overcome. So right now I'm overcoming, I'm using the forgiveness meditation to overcome some very big attachments. I'm very confident that this practice, stream, coupled with forgiveness, will be the solution for me to overcome that strong attachment. And I'm also confident that once I overcome that strong attachment, I will be mentally, physically, and emotionally much better and much happier. Because even now, when I'm not even completely free from that attachment, I can already feel some positive outcome. For example, more self-confident, uh, you know, more comfortable with myself, more, how to say, I will still get upset at some things people say or some things that happen, but it won't, that upsetness won't stay so long as before. But for me, I think what is above and beyond, more important than anything for me, is just the experience of being more comfortable and more at home with whatever it is. I don't quite know how to describe it better, but um, I can't remember the last time I felt like this. So
Very good
with
sign.
that kind of, yeah, so with that kind of feeling, I'm quite confident this is the right path to take. Yeah.
Really, it's very good sign of progress. Like one can experience this to like we are walking on the right path. and we feel confidence in it. And now I request Justice to say any your share. Can you share about the practice, or do you want to have any discussion?
Sir, could I ask
Yes,
you?
yes.
I quite agree with you. The feeling of happiness, the peace, the tranquility, the relaxation is very important, especially to me. I feel relaxed and happy for no particular reason. Since recently I started the twin meditation, what only if it's possible. I have, if I can remember, I think even late Bhante Vimalaramsi has mentioned it. I think it's in the website of Dhamma Sukha as well. He's talking about thoughts and asking, go back and back. What was the thought before that? And what was the thought before that? Is it possible for you to explain what it is? Is that something I have to do when I'm meditating or even when I'm not meditating? Please.
Yes. Like the phrases Bante Vimalaramsi uses is like like let us say some hindrances arises.
Yeah.
What exactly the hindrance has started? How it has started it? The maybe Bante was trying to explain like before the start of hindrance, you will get awareness that you are getting into the hindrances. Like when you start practicing, or you have experienced it. When really that hindrance totally fully coming up, before that itself, you will be knowing that you are getting into the hindrances. Maybe Bante was here mentioning about the initial trigger of the hindrances, where it arises, and just be 6 hours. Maybe this may be the thing Bante was mentioning about it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So we can do that up until the formations, like
Truly.
find out, yeah, the contact.
Whenever it
Yeah,
triggers, like when you are in a fine state of mind, then definitely
yeah,
will recognize that something is coming up. Then you just you need to just put an intention of releasing it in that state of mind.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
good, madam. You are practicing. Continue to practice. Good.
yeah. Practice meditation on a daily basis, sitting meditation, and I'm beginning to realize sitting meditation, walking meditation, and also when I'm not doing either of them, where the mind is and how my mind is working is very, very important. Never realized that. And as you all said, which jhana I am, I'm not really concerned about it, but as long as I know I'm getting the feeling that I'm moving on the right path, I'm in the right journey, I'm started the right journey, and I'm in the right path. And the feeling of happiness and the relaxation for no particular reason when there's everything around me externally hasn't changed, yet I feel quite relaxed and happy about everything and light-hearted. So that is very, very important to me. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, really, the words like the explanation which you have given is like it is a really good sign in the practice of twin. Like one student feels an happy state of mind and he progresses well. And we need to see, like in all our day-to-day activities, uh, whether we are able to be whenever our mind is getting tightened, means we need to just relax and come back to the happy states of mind wherever we are, whenever we are doing. And this continuity of practice makes us progress in the path of Dhamma. And Justus, do you want to say something?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Justus is from Finland. Yes, you can say, you can share your experiences, Justus. Oh, I think you are not comfortable in English. I think Justus, you know English. Yes, you can speak. You can share your experiences of this practice. If you if you require any help in this practice, definitely we are happy to guide you. Your voice is not audible, Justus. Till then, we will ask Pai. Hi, Pai. How are you? How is your practice going on? You can share your experiences, if any. Okay, fine, Pai. And I wish all happiness to all, and wishing you to be in happy state in all the time. Justus have been practicing metta. Good. Continue to do, Justus. I could not able to listen to your voice. It's good. Continue to practice this loving kindness, and whenever you need any assistance in practicing, you can just okay, fine. If you have anything, you can contact us or email or phone. You can contact us so that we can guide you. It's fine. Fine. I think we can share the merits. May I will share it. And the reason the Bante says that reading the sharing merit is like the Dhamma should be there for all the time, and Devas protects the Dhamma. And we will all read this sharing merit together. May suffering ones
Suffering
be
ones
suffering
be
free,
suffering
and the
free,
fears struck fearless be.
fearless be.
May the
May
grieving
the
shed
grief
all
shed
grief,
all
and
grief,
may all
and may
beings
all
find
beings
relief.
find relief.
May all beings share this
share
merit
this
that we
merit
have this acquired
that
for the
are
acquisition of all
of
kinds of
all
happiness.
kinds of happiness.
May beings
May
inhabiting space
inhabit
and earth,
and earth,
devas and nagas of mighty
loves of
power, share
power,
this merit of
this
ours.
merit of ours.
May they long
May
protect
they
the
long
Buddha's
protect the
dispensation.
Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu.
sadhu.
Thanking you all for joining. And a small
Thank you.
announcement. Today there is a session of Delson at Zoom. I think it will be very late. It is 9 p.m. IST. 9 p.m. IST. It will be very late.
That
Then
will be past midnight over here.
truly.
But
And
enjoy.
you can listen
Yeah.
in the YouTube,
Okay.
recorded YouTube.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Thank you.
you,
Thank you
Brother
all.
Sachin. Wish you
Thank you very
well,
much.
happy.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much indeed.
Thank you
Yes.
all. Wishing
With
all
lots of
happiness.
metta
Thank you.
and lots of
Thank you,
smiles. Thank you
sisters.
very
Thank you,
much.
bye. Thank you, Nanda madam. Thank you, May.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye to you all. Bye.
Bye.